Hello, gorgeous NFA Money Mama. It's time for another episode of the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about how to create a rich mindset. I want you to think about this for a minute. If you were to give yourself a rating between 0 and 10, 0 being that you have a poor money mindset, 10 being that you have a fabulously rich money mindset, where do you land on that scale? Today, we're going to talk about what it means to have a poor mindset, what it means to have a rich mindset. And if you're stuck in the more poor ways of thinking, we're going to help you up level through giving you some tips and a really specific action step to help you up level your money mindset so you can plant rich seeds and build your net worth through doing what you love in your business. First, if it's your first time here, I'm Dr. Amanda, the Money Healer, and I'm here to bring you universal laws, manifestation strategies, action steps to uplevel your money mindset so that you can be high vibe, step into your zone of genius, and make a ton of money in your business doing exactly what you love. I went from food stamps to building a 6-figure business fast, and it is my joy to bring you actionable strategies to help you uplevel so that you can feel way better building your business. And if it's your first time here and you haven't heard this yet, make sure that if you're interested in coming on the podcast, there are 2 ways to do it. Just go to thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com and you'll see a biz breakdown session button and also a woman entrepreneur party button. We're going to have a party. We're going to start doing these regularly. This is where you get to hang out with other cool women who are listeners to this podcast. They are entrepreneurs. You're going to network, hang out together. We're going to have a panel discussion and you get to shout out your business. This is a great way for you to get more exposure to your business and hang out with other cool women. So just go to thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com, click on that link, and I cannot wait to see you there. Okay, let's get into today's topic. How to create a rich money mindset. I want you to think first about your money mindset like a garden. Okay, imagine that you have this fertile soil and anything can get planted into it. And what's interesting here is that when you were a little kid, your parents, the people in your life, preachers, teachers, parents, culture, the media, were planting idea seeds in the mindset of your garden, right? Did that make sense? They were planting seeds that are like ideas into your garden mindset. That makes sense, I think. So I really want you to think about this. The fertile soil, whatever seeds were planted there are what are growing today, unless you take the time to question whether you want to weed your garden or keep growing whatever is there. Now, if you're one of those lucky few who had a garden that was planted with a ton of awesome rich seeds, where now it is just blossoming and flourishing, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a money magnet. Everything I touch turns to gold. Life is awesome. I feel really good about the way I earn money, spend money, invest money, grow my money, have my money make money for me. Awesome. You are one of those few that got those seeds planted when you were a little kid. Sadly, this isn't how it works for most people because our parents are intergenerationally teaching us what to believe about money by planting seeds in our mindset garden that were planted for them. And so this could look like things like saying to you, money is the root of all evil, or it's not spiritual to be rich, or you watched your parents fighting a lot about money or struggling to make money or stressed out that it would never be enough. Even if they made a lot of money, you could tell that they were stressed out thinking, I got to make sure there's enough for college and retirement. And maybe they didn't travel a lot because they thought we don't want to spend our money frivolously. I mean, we could go down the list. I want you to think about actually what was the main seed that got planted in your garden. Think about it right now for a minute. If you had a money motto or a money mantra from your family that got planted into your garden, what is it? And just think about it for a second. And really recognize this because it'll help you break through your current money blocks so that you can transform and reprogram your money mindset and start planting rich seeds instead of those more scarcity, poverty seeds. So just think about it. It's a big one. I had many. Usually you'll have many, but often there's one just main money mantra. So think about that. And I want you to think about right now, what are you doing to continue to grow healthy, rich seeds in your garden? Are you weeding the old seeds or are you just kind of ignoring them and pretending they're not there? Are you thinking there's nothing you can do about it? It's your job to do what I call 3 steps, which is my NFA money formula, to first recognize your money beliefs. 2, reframe them if they're not the ones that you want. And then 3, repeat this process over and over again to reprogram your money mindset. So I want you to consider this as planting rich seeds or poor seeds. If you are planting rich seeds in your garden, what you're doing is you are blessing rich people. And when I say rich people, whatever number that is to you, it could be someone who's ahead of you in the game. It could be, it's going to depend subjectively where you're at in the money making game. And it doesn't matter if you make a lot of money. It might be that you're comparing yourself to someone who's ahead of you and you're demonizing them and you're feeling like must be nice, or, whatever those negative thoughts we have are, that would be a poor seed. So you're demonizing rich people. If you want to plant rich seeds, you've got to start to bless rich people. You've got to start to bless wealth, bless abundance. If you are demonizing it, you're pushing it away, and you're causing yourself to be, instead of a money magnet to awesome abundance, you are causing yourself to have scarcity and struggle. And so you want to shift from demonizing wealth and resenting rich people to blessing rich people. Another rich seed would be that you're solution oriented. Are you focusing on problems? That would be poor seeds in your garden. Or are you focusing on solutions? So catch yourself anytime you notice that you are focusing on the problem in your mind, playing it out over and over and letting it beat the shit out of you. That is you planting poor seeds in your money mindset garden. If you want to plant rich seeds, start thinking about the solutions. Okay. Another rich seed would be enjoy the wealth building process and enjoy building wealth strategically, right? So if you are someone who is thinking like, oh my God, success stresses me out. I don't know if I can handle the responsibility. If I make more money, I'll have to pay too many taxes. Those are poor seeds. Okay. That is not you being abundant and in your mind and in your actions and in your strategy, right? So your state of being is in conflict and it's going, I want to be rich, but I'm demonizing rich people and I'm thinking about all the problems. And I'm also thinking that if I make it huge in the world, it's going to be way too much responsibility. And I don't want all those problems, kind of the more money, more problems philosophy in your mind. Okay. So those are poor seeds. Okay. So to start planting rich seeds in the mindset of your garden, I want you to do these 3 things. So these are your action steps for this week. First, I want you to start hanging out with rich people. This could be either online or in person. Okay, one of the things that I did when I was on food stamps is that I got dressed up with thrift store clothes, and I went to this really nice hotel where I lived, and I would hang out. And then I started going to networking events and hanging out with wealthy people. And then I started going to workshops, and I hung out with all these people who were mega wealthy, like multi-millionaires. And I realized they're just people. And I realized that they're way ahead of me and I can learn everything I can. So instead of demonizing and being scared and resenting and being jealous and feeling less than, I became friends because success leaves clues. So you want to be hanging out with rich people if you want to get rich. Okay. And you want to be hanging, and I want to clarify the term rich here. The term rich is whatever that means to you. This could be $100,000 a year, $50,000 a year. It could be $500,000 a year. It could be $10 million a year. It doesn't matter what the amount is. It's all going to be subjective to where you're at right now. So if you think of a rich person, let's say as someone who makes $1 million a year, go hang out in places they hang out and start learning everything you can instead of pushing them away. Okay. You could also do this online where you start to read biographies, watch videos about people who are really wealthy, hang out with people who are giving money away in charities. I had a really cool it was a conversation before an interview the other day, and someone said, a lot of people have this money block that money can't buy happiness. And she was talking to this priest about that. And he said, well, if you believe that's true, then you haven't given away millions. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a great way to break that mindset that, money can't buy happiness. Like, sure, money isn't the solution to everything. It's your attitude about it, right? It's your actual wealth consciousness. But if you have a lot of money and you get to be super generous with it, that is fun. It feels good to be generous. So you want to start thinking like this, hanging out with people who are, oriented toward being generous, people who have built net worth to where they have passive streams of income that cause them to be able to do whatever they want with their time. People who can teach you from wherever you're at. Okay. So that's one action step, hang out with rich people. The second one is to use my 3-step NFA money formula. I already said it. Recognize, reframe, and then repeat to reprogram. So anytime you notice yourself stuck in problem orientation, I want you to notice it. First, you got to go like, oh my God, I'm focusing on the problems. Then you're going to reframe it by focusing on solutions. Just think of or write down 5 solutions to your identified problem, and then repeat this regularly. And another reframe is taking action. So instead of sitting in analysis paralysis, instead of sitting in your mind complaining, instead of continuously planting poor seeds in your garden, you're going to reframe. You're going to start planting rich seeds. You're going to start taking action in a direction of solutions. And then you'll start to reprogram your money mindset to go from poor to rich. And then the third thing, I want you to stack 50 benefits. So you're going to write a list in your journal, 50 benefits to being mega wealthy, a mega millionaire. 50 benefits. How does it benefit you? How does it benefit your family? How does it benefit your friends? How does it benefit your business? How does it benefit the world for you to be mega wealthy? What this will do is start having you focus on the benefits to building wealth instead of demonizing it and being subconsciously scared of it or thinking that it's going to be too much responsibility. So you got to start stacking in your conscious mind the benefits to being mega wealthy. Yes, yes, yes. So quick recap. If you are wanting to create a rich mindset, you've got to take action to stop planting poor seeds in your mind. And you want to build and plant rich seeds by blessing rich people, being solution oriented, and enjoying wealth building strategically. And have fun. This is a journey. The amount of money you have in the bank is a reflection of how you feel about yourself and the world around you. So wealth consciousness, if you are living in a world where you're like, yes, I'm mega wealthy, I love being wealthy, you have high wealth consciousness and you will automatically attract money to you. It'll be impossible to stop the flow of money if you have true wealth consciousness. So that's what we're striving for. Develop a rich mindset, enjoy the process, hang out with me more. Make sure you come to the Woman Entrepreneur podcast party by going to thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com. Of course, if you're liking these lessons, get my book, I Am a Money Magnet, book.com. It'll give you a ton of journaling prompts and action steps just like I've given you today. All right, can't wait to see you next time. And until then, I'm sending you hugs and NFA money making high fives. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Woman Entrepreneur Podcast. If you're ready to break through to the next income level in your business, go to www.thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com to get more money mindset, manifestation, and business scaling resources. Again, that's www.thewomanentrepreneurpodcast.com. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.